I am an avid fan of Rivals of Aether and the Aether cinematic universe. I played the shit out of 1, played Dungeons and Lovers of Aether, and immediately backed the Kickstarter as soon as it was dropped. So now the question remains, was this worth the $50 Aetherian hero tier? Also, as a side note, this was written, recorded, and edited before the game launched because of the Steam Next Fest demo, so some of the info here might be incorrect. I only did this because I also have to make a review of Black Ops 6 this weekend. Of the few platform fighters I've played, Rivals 2 definitely plays the most fluidly. Unlike Smash Bros, where each game has a character that defines the meta as a whole, like Meta Knight in Brawl, Bayonetta in Smash 4, or Steve in Ultimate, all the Rivals 2 characters feel relatively balanced between each other. There are some characters, like Second Best Girl Clarin, that have just a slight edge over other characters, but you can still put up a fight with pretty much any other character in the roster. Because of this, when I lose a set against someone online, it's very likely not because the character is better, but the player is. Know what I'm saying? Like, Maple and Rano are the bane of my fucking existence, but that's just because Rivals 1 players have gotten used to how Rano plays and are able to excel with him here. This actually kind of segues into my next point. One thing you have to take into consideration with Rivals 2 is that it's a competitive focused game, the complete opposite to Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6 has a competitive scene for sure, and it was a big hit at EVO, but the game mechanically is built for new players. Rivals 2 is the opposite. It does have new player-friendly features like a Dust Loop adjacent wiki, but its core mechanics, and by extension its community, are focused on the competitive scene. Hell, Rivals 1 was directly inspired by Melee, so it's going to be harder to get into than other fighting games. Not to say it isn't fun, I am having a blast, but it is definitely something you have to consider. I'm not on that competitive side because I suck ass, but my point still stands. But there is arcade mode, so if you don't want to play ranked, just play that. What I do like is the character progression. It feels rewarding getting more XP for your favorite characters, and the best part is that you get skins for reaching level 50 with them, so there's that extra incentive to grind. If I do have one criticism to bring up, it's that I'm a bit mixed on some of the new mechanics, mainly shields and ledges. What made Rivals 1 unique is that despite being inspired by a Smash game, it brought something new to the table and it was awesome. But Rivals 2 just feels like playing a much better balanced Ultimate. Like I said, I am having a lot of fun with the game, but it's like I'm playing the PC release of Ultimate. Just like the other games I've reviewed, the performance is nothing to write home about, so I'll instead talk about other aspects of the game. Before I continue, I want to give a heads up. I am aware that the dev team literally can't afford to implement some of the criticisms I'm about to bring up, especially because they had to create a Kickstarter to fund this project in the first place. And Aether Studios is the second most trustworthy dev studio in my eyes, right behind Santa Monica. But I still feel it's fair to bring these up in the hopes that some of these problems can be averted in the future. Alright, let's continue. I'm not a fan of the fact that it seemingly looks like we're only getting 4 playable characters in 2025, but Rivals 2 doing it is more excusable because Aether Studios is an indie studio. Companies like Capcom and NetherRealm/Warner Bros. Have no excuse for their constant content droughts. I'm just worried that Rivals 2 will suffer from the same problem as other fighting games if we only get a new character every 3 months. Fighting games, indie ones especially, need staying power, and new playable characters help with that a lot. And I know that it takes a lot to make a new character. You gotta hire a voice actor, create models and animations, design hitboxes and hurtboxes, make progression systems for them. And all of these processes were made even harder with the jump to 3D and the recent voice actor strike.
Ugh, Ahal's coming in way too hot! Is it possible to mute him?
Done.
Thank you, Malika.
I just hope they eventually acquire the resources to do this at a quicker pace. But I do like that the new characters are going to be completely free, and as long as they add my glorious Rat Queen Olympia, I will excuse this entirely. Despite the economy deep dive they posted before the game launched and the team's own confidence, I am worried about the monetization of this game. Yes, the game made over $1 million on Kickstarter, but they not only have to make back 2 years worth of development costs, but they also have to pay their employees, and they have to keep the online servers up for as long as they can. That Kickstarter money won't last forever, so I'm worried if they're going to generate enough revenue to break even. There's no battle pass, like I mentioned, all the characters are going to be free, so that leaves me more questions relating to the skins. I'm confident that the dev team won't resort to greedy anti-consumer business practices, but I kinda do want to get scammed by them just so they can keep the game alive as long as possible. What I think personally would be very cool is if the devs implemented a version of Warframe's Nightwave system. Nightwave is kind of like a battle pass, but it's completely free. Every 4 or 5 months you get a lineup of returning cosmetics and new ones that fit a specific theme, as well as an alternate item shop you can spend Nightwave credits on. There really is no FOMO attached to it because the important resources needed for crafting are always there no matter what, and the cosmetics will come back eventually. What Rivals 2 has currently is a modified version of Rivals 1's milestone system, which is solely tied to character progression. If they had something like this for their events, it could probably help incentivize staying for the long run. Rivals of Aether 2, in terms of the general platform fighter scene, isn't anything we haven't seen before, with the exception of a few fringe mechanics. However, it refines everything that's been done, making itself a stellar platform fighting experience. If you loved Rivals of Aether, this game is worth your money plus some. But if you have no prior experience in an Aether game, then it's best to just wait until a sale. Rivals of Aether 2 is currently only available on Steam for $30, though the dev team said console releases are planned in 1 to 2 years. There was a free demo during Steam Next Fest, but that went offline as soon as the event ended. Thanks for watching. Before I end the video, I want to do another channel update. As usual, some of these were explained in my community tab, but I'm reiterating them here for more clarity. My extensive history of the hack and slash genre video was making steady progress for a while, with now 8 out of 41 games completed. However, in early October I got hit with a serious case of burnout that has still not gone away. Because of that, I wasn't able to get a bunch of videos I made that I wanted to, in time at least. Examples include my Warframe shorts, both with Kome and Caliban. I'm working through overcoming it, but what I'm trying to say is that it's going to take longer to make not just the hack and slash video, but other videos I have planned as well. I was only able to get this one out on release date because of the Next Fest demo. Before we start this video, I should probably explain what a hack and slash even is in the first place, so I will do exactly that.
Do you know anything about
hack and slash games?
Oh, Jill, no.
Do not play Devil May Cry 2. I guarantee you the lack of story context from skipping this game is absolutely worth it. It is genuinely one of the worst games I've ever played, and I've played Martha's Dead. There's a reason why hardcore fans of the series pretend it doesn't exist. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Fucking, how long did that take me? 6 minutes. And I had to listen to the fucking Saul Goodman theme for 6 minutes while I made so many fucking errors. Fantastic. As for the rest of this year, I can only confidently say 2 reviews are coming out by the end of 2024, those being Black Ops 6 this weekend and Warframe 1999. On top of that, I'm still planning on making several idiots react to the Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash Awards. In other words, my reaction to the Game Awards 2024. To end the video, I want to remind you guys of my socials concerning the recent second wave of people leaving Twitter. I do have a Twitter, but all I do on it is retweet fat furry bitches, so I don't recommend following me there. I am very active on Instagram though, so if you want to see constant ramblings or updates, just follow me there. I do also have a Blue Sky account, but I created that as a backup and only ever occasionally posted there. So you can follow me there, but I won't often post because I stick to Instagram. That's all for now. See you this weekend.